Va'ainyan. Start from the beginning. Ha'inyan. Everybody has it inside the top. Ki kol divrei odom. All the things of a person. Mitnahagim. They get action. The poil boy who works in it. Mishtei gom mishomim. From two things that are two opposite things. Two things that are different. Two gomim, two things that pushes you different. Two, yeah, it means a person has two things. Two things that cause a person to act. To act. One is al pi seichel, everything inside. Al pi seichel. And the second one is al pi koach nafshi. The second one is called to the strength of your soul. It's two things. A person, his actions go, his actions, how he act. What goyrem to do actions? Two things. One thing is your mind, your seichel. He means the logic, the understanding, MS. The mind is the seichel, MS. Here, can take, will you have a paper? And the second thing is the strength of your soul. These are two things that gets a person to action.
Not just the actions, it's the way he acts. Then a hug is a certain way.
I act. Very good. Now he explains, he says like this. And these are two things that get a person to act.
The way they act.
Is what? Is when you act this type of way, gets you two type of things. I mean, you act this way, that way. Working on yourself. Working gets you two things. Your mind, seichel. And second thing is your koyach nafshi. The strength of your soul. It means, it's in the mind and your soul, your body, the midos of a person causes these things. Now he explains it. Asichli, the seichel, yoko arbim b'mayla. Mina kpulas koach nafshi. The seichel is more valuable, the mind is more valuable from the action of the strength of your soul. It means, this is more value. It means to say, before I continue, where you have to put your energy first?
Mind.
With the mind. As soon as, why? Because it's more valuable. If you have opportunity, you both do both. But if you have this and that, what is more valuable? Your mind or the koach hanefesh. So this mind is more than koach hanefesh. Key. Now he explains
more
why.
precious and it's more important.
Yakar
doesn't mean important, it means valuable. The difference between important and valuable.
Ki koach hadoichef anafshi einoi mishtana de koach hasichli. Now it tells you a rule. The strength that pushes a person in your nefesh doesn't change according to your seichel. Even I want something, and my mind says, don't do it. So the power of wanting doing it doesn't change because your mind says, don't do it. Key, I give you an example. Someone has a desire to eat. The mind will not change the desire to eat. The mind says, don't eat it. But I desire once to eat. So basically you'll eat it. Even your mind says, don't eat it. So the mind, the mind doesn't tell the body what to do. The body means, even the mind says something, and the body says something else. like the mind says, don't eat it. And the body says, has a desire, wants to eat it. And doesn't want it. And so the desire to want to eat or push a person, and we're not arguing, want to agree with the power of the mind. V'chein kol midas azois. All the midas, all the nefesh, all the midas is kaz, gaiva, kovod, sinna, kina. All the midas of all the midas is the nefesh will push a person to do. Even the mind says don't do it. This common says don't do it. Gaiva, taiva, kovod, sinna, kina, kas, kabdonus, all the midas. And then says don't do it. But internal is a strength pushes you to do it, and it won't listen. It will still push you. Even the mind says don't do it. Zulas only one condition. After you work very hard with your mind, or you don't say that. If you work very hard, you change yourself, the seichel able to make yourself a new habit. You change yourself to be a new habit. One, if the mind works very hard, you work on yourself very hard, so then you're able to change yourself to have a new second nature. That second nature means usually your nature was to eat, run after food, kas, anger, kabdonus, gaiva, kina, kavod, all the midas gurs. But a moment your seichel says to do it, you usually don't listen. Your midas will go against the seichel. But if you work very hard, you're able to change yourself a new nature, a second nature. And a second nature will be what? No desire for food, no desire for gaiva, tina, kovid. We make yourself a second nature. Second nature is to say, listen, I don't want this. You change yourself to second nature. מה? השכל יכול לשלוט, זה הטבע שלי. מה שאיכן השכל,
זה ברמה שלהם.
לא, אתה יכול לשנות את הטבע שלך. You make yourself a new nature, second nature, that you can control and do exactly what you want. This is now. מה שאיכן השכל, this is very important, this word, this very important, this part. And the world doesn't understand this. מה שאיכן the seichel, the mind of a person, your mind is influenced from your nefesh. He says like this. The mind is different than the soul. There are two things. The soul, the nefesh, koach ha-nefesh, and koach ha-seichel. The koach ha-seichel doesn't have influence on what? On the body. The seichel says, don't do this, but the body pushes you to do it. Only if you work very hard, you can change a teva, a new teva, a second teva, and then the seichel will be able to listen to it. But the mind is opposite than the nefesh. The mind is very, very influenced. The mind gets influence in the body, the nefesh. And it can make a person chacham l'ra. It can be very, very, very smart for bad. It means you can use his mind and use it very, very negative. Because it's midas laws. You can have a chacham for kas. He's a chacham. He can explain himself. L'shem shamayim have to have kas. L'shem shamayim have to go to my taiva. L'shem shamayim have to have kinna, taiva, kovod, sinner, all the bad midos. The mind can influence the chokhmah, can affect your body, can affect the chokhmah. Ad kedei kach, that your mind is only thinking about not Hashem emes. You're thinking only all day how to get that woman. All day you think how to get the food. All day you think how to get your money. All day thinking your mind comes lera, the bad. So the mind can get influence from what? From your bad midos, kas, kabdonus. All the bad midos affect the person. Money. To get a mind, change his mind, then he only thinks about money. He only sees. It doesn't see mercy. It doesn't see kindness. It doesn't see chesed. It doesn't see the money gets a person. It sees only money. I get money, I do it. I don't get money, I don't do it. It means only what is good for me, you're not good for me, out. It changes a person's mind and it makes a person to forget. I have to imitate Hashem, I have to be like Hashem. I have to act like Hashem acts in the Torah way of Keil, Rachu, Mechanun, Erech Hapayim, Chesed. Where's that? Where's Din? I don't see. See? So you're missing the Chesed HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You're missing the Emelin of Hashem. How happened to that? Because the Koach HaNefesh could affect the Koach HaSeichel. So let's go back again. It goes one way, not the second way. You have the Nefesh and Seichel. So the Nefesh doesn't listen to the Seichel. The Nefesh doesn't listen to the Seichel. The Seichel says, do this, but the Nefesh does what he wants. Effect. Now the Seichel, not only that is more valuable than his Maila, he gets influence from the Nefesh. And he can change a person's Seichel and get it to have a very bad Seichel, very bad mind, negative. And he gives Shabbat. Akochoch only roish chachom ilera ki betaiva mate a sichel betaiva corrupts and makes mistake the person's mind. Biti liros ayun, and we don't see the emes. Ki the daita mishubetet misfeikel nafka. According to their own seichel, they don't get out of feikers. They always leave. They don't push the mind. It's very important. Ladaitom, this is very, very important. This line, this is almost pikuach nefesh, this line. Kidaitom midesfeiker nafka. All their life they're living with suffering. Because the mind, they don't solve problems with the mind. They always leave it with a suffix. They don't solve problems with the mind. They always mind is suffix. And suffix no nafka. They give up the mind for the taiva. Two things. What happens, a person is the nefesh affects the mind. So the mind doesn't work hard to understand emes. They always live all their life with a suffix. They don't clarify things clear. What is the emes? They don't clear what is emes. What is it really what the Torah says? They don't clarify with the mind really what Hashem tells me what to do. What does really Hashem want me to do in my life? What really I have to do in the morning, afternoon, at night, go to sleep? How I have to act? They live with suffix. Live with suffix means like they don't clarify. Really, ask the rabbi what you have to do. Ask the rabbi what you have to do morning, how to get joy, how to do this. And your mind all day is what? Suffix, suffix, suffix. Midesfeik or nafka. They don't go out of fake. It's all day the suffix. And they don't want to get out of their box. They don't want to get out of the situation because all their life is a suffix. So they made what happens is they continue with a suffix. And then all their life is a suffix. But a person is a Talmid Chacham, he's living a oilam baru, a clear mind. It's no suffix. It's amazing. You know exactly what he's doing. This. But this is one problem if the mind affects the seichel. And the second thing is, they're able to give up things of Olam Hazeh. It's called Rochoik. For Libet Torah. It means they give up the learning, for Torah, give up, for money they give up Torah, for taiva they give up Torah, all these things, Khalifa, they're able to change Olam Haba, and don't get Olam Haba, they want Olam Hazeh. How they do that? How they get, they don't want Olam Haba, they're ready to get Olam Hazeh and Olam Haba, because the nefesh corrupts the mind, and they do khalifi. They're ready to give up this for that. And they don't want to, I need the Torah, I go after taiva, business, money, only on taiva of this, and they want to give up. It's called khalifi.
Exchange.
What? Change. I don't want to continue with it. Al-Kochoch, 7 lines from the bottom. Le'arich v'akochoch. Le'arich v'akochoch. Omu chazal b'psochi dafnun. Anybody else inside? What's your name again? Your Binyamin first. Binyamin what? Binyamin, what's your name? What? Menachem Binyamin. Look, now we're holding it. Akol Chazal. Lo ilom yasok odom b'toiro mitzvus. Aba bi shelo lishmo. Shemitoch shelo lishmo ba lishmo. Lo ilom, what is ilom? All your life, those Shiva used to say, my father used to say, Lo ilom. All your life. All your life, you do shelo lishmo, but you have to have kavon lishmo. Not kavon lishmo bechlal. You have to have kavon, you get the lishmo. But all you have to oisik with Torah mitzvahs, shemitoch shelo lishmo ba lishmo. Now I explain to you the yesod what that means. Ki, you have it? 5 lines from the bottom for the bottom. Ki, shelo lishmo ba lishmo. Ki, acharei she'anogoso lefi haTorah. After your actions according to Torah, because you see, you're involved in learning, because it says, you're involved all day in learning, means you're basically acting your way, using your mind in Torah. If you act according to Torah, you won't have the desire to go push yourself and to make a mistake of the mind, she don't see the emes. Ube'echech ubezman, yira emes beitzir, and then you come to seichel, with seichel, and you see the emes. This is bad, betoch shlo lishmo ba lishmo. What do you want to say here? What is the pshat, betoch shlo lishmo ba lishmo? What? Okay. Very good. I don't understand what you said. What you saying?
Respect creates love.
Okay. Now, this is how he says it. This is the biggest thing. The Rabbi side is giving you a diamond chai. What we said before. Rabbi side, what we said before. You have the seichel, the nefesh, and the seichel. So who is stronger? The seichel is much valuable. Yeah. But the nefesh affects the seichel. So now how you solve that problem? Is telling you with this chazal. Lo yamod masuk shelo lishmo, mitoch shelo lishmo ba lishmo solves that problem. That solves the problem of your nefesh, the koyach hanefesh, they're able to affect the koyach, the seichel. Unbelievable chiddush. Because without that yisoid, the oil of shlo lishmo ba lishmo, you're not able to understand how they're able to get that, they're able to understand this.
Can we do that in English?
Who says me?
Can we
Yes.
do that in English?
I explain.
Okay.
We said here the power of your soul and the power of the mind. The power of the soul affects the koach of the mind, and the mind doesn't really affect the body. The koach of the seichel. So you have here a big problem. It's one-way show. The koach of the nefesh basically is controlling here. But the other way is if you're on the seichel will be able to, if you don't correct the seichel will come very corrupted. So the koach of nefesh can affect the seichel of the mind, and it can be corrupt. So how you solve the problem? He says like this. You have to do mitzvahs shalom lishmo. What do you mean shalom lishmo mean? Avapi. Avapi shalom lishmo. Even I do shalom lishmo. Meaning it's better lishmo, but avapi shalom lishmo. It means to say you have to take your midos, kina, taiva, kovod, sinna, all the midos that you have. Don't deny it. Don't deny it. Work with it. Work with your midas that you have and say, I want to work on my midas in a positive way, but my goal is what? Oisik with Torah. I want a Torah. Kina. Let's take midah kina. I have kina, offense of my friend. Jealousy. I'm jealous of my friend. I'll give you an example. So he's better than me. I will learn Torah and I'll be better than my friend. So you always think about Torah, Shalom Nishma. Covet. As the guy's covet, I didn't say a person has a covet. Listen, you see this rabbi has a lot of respect. He coveted him. So I will learn Torah and I'll be a big rabbi and people give me respect. Gaiva. Everything, you take all the midas that you have. Learn Shalom Lishmo. It means you take the midas that you have in you. Work with it. Take the midas that you have. You know what I mean? And use it to what in Torah. Lasik ba Torah mitzvahs. Do work in Vavet Torah. What you gain when you do that? You're changing your actions that it goes in, because now you have a new strength, a new it's called a new mefaked. I say mefaked. A new
outlook.
What?
Outlook?
No, you know one who's in charge of what you're doing.
Right. It's called commanded. Who is that? The Torah. Because now you see, you have the midos, but now when you take the midos and you connect it to Torah, so now you have a new thing using a seichel now, using this mind. And I take it this way, you have the strength. I'm taking it and getting the mind working, learning Torah, now, and you learn the Torah, you see, wow, you see the emes of the Torah. Mimele says, what will do? This basically, the mind will start to develop, because even this corrupts the mind, but still you're learning Torah. You're learning Torah as Hashem. And you see the emes. We always think about Torah, we see the emes. So the moment you see the emes, then it's go back from the mind, they'll go back to your seichel and your midos, and you say, listen, I cannot go after Taiva, Kina, Kovan, because it's against emes. And it's against emes. B'meshech hazman, I will see the emes more and more. And then what happens is, your mind will see clear the emes. When clear the emes did, they develop the mind. First, you will take away sul merah, or take away the mind from the negative part of l'ra, from the negative. And the second, you will get your mind to see the emes, and then you're able to really get the koach ha-seichel really develop inside. That's really inside. The Stedman. Okay, but I really can't. I want to be inside. It's very important to be inside to understand what I'm saying. It'll give you clear. Baruch. La'arich is the first one. You got it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines in the bottom. La'arich. Akoch om chazal bepsochi dafnun. You have it, Reb Chaim?
No, what's the first word?
La'arich.
Okay,
Akoch om chazal bepsochi dafnun. Lo'olam yasok odem b'toiro mitzvah ava bishalo lishmo. שבתוך לשמו בא לשמו. כי, explain why. כי אחרי שהנגוסו היה פי תוירו, because your actions is a conduct Torah, like I said, לא צורך בתוירו, ממילא לא יהיה לו רצון, you have no desire לאטוס השכל, to corrupt the mind של הרס האמס. Because the action you want him to desire to not to see the emes. ובאיכך הזמן יראה אמס, and the time will come, you do see the emes. בין sich with the eyes of the seichel. והוא עדי בפרט. כי האדם צריך כל הזמן להתנהג על פי השולחן ערוך a person, ונכלול לי במצוות עשה והלכתי דרוך. A person, when he knows the emes, see what is the emes? You have to do according to the Shulchan Aruch, what it says, and you have to do the one way, you have to act like Hashem. Hashem will help us, we will explain more, but Hashem said Nishmaya, we said the Chidush Kodol Almoy today, how to connect them, Koach Nefesh, and the Seichel, by you also Torah Lishmo, you work, you also even Shalom Lishmo, you take your midas and you put all your koachas to act according to the Seichel. So at the end and beginning, you won't corrupt it. At the beginning, you only go not to go down. At the beginning, you only make sure you don't go away from the Torah. And by the end, you'll see the Seichel. Your mind will see the emes, and you act according to the emes.